and thanks for joining us today to chat about a new approach to Oneway universal shipping solutions for temperature-sensitive pharmaceuticals and biologics. I'm Jim Krzan, Group Publisher of Healthcare Packaging Magazine, and with me today is Ken Maltis, Director of Research and Development at Sunoco ThermoSafe. So Ken, when it comes to Oneway universal solutions, can you take us through the current practices with today's existing technology?
First, I think we should define universal packaging. A universal solution is a solution that can be used, packed out in exactly the same way in the winter or the summer. So all year round, it's the same package. Secondly, with today's technology, we can have a positive impact to the end user on both their process requirements and SKU management.
Can we walk through each of these in a bit more detail, Ken? What procedural requirements most impact a user's operation?
We look at two things that we can have an impact on the customer's procedural process. The first is the conditioning aspect of the product, of the refrigerants. And from a conditioning aspect, the most important thing is that we don't allow bench time in our packages. And the second thing is ease of use considerations. So we try to design the package so it's very easy for the customer to use, simple to pack out, saves time and training efforts.
Now, you've mentioned bench time. Can you explain that in a little bit more detail?
So first, we should define bench time. Some people in the industry also call it sweat time, but in either case, it's a requirement that you move your refrigerants out of conditioning and let them set for a period of time until they come to a particular temperature before you can pack out the product. We don't use bench time in our solutions. Let me demonstrate. I've asked my colleague to bring out two products, one that requires bench time and our Certus product, which does not require bench time. So the first product is the product that requires bench time. We've taken the refrigerants out of the freezer, and he has to set his timer and then measure the surface temperature of each of the refrigerants. He has to continue to do this until they're at the right temperature for packing. With our Certus product, we've just taken the product out of the refrigerator and the freezer in the same way, and you can see he goes right to packaging our product. He's going to put all the necessary parts in the product, no waiting, there's no timing, and there's no measuring of the temperature of the refrigerants. So when it all gets said and done, he's going to end up packing out our Certus 6-liter, 72-hour solution.
Very interesting, Ken. Now, beyond bench time, you also mentioned training and ease of pack out.
Today's customer has a very difficult job with the number of packouts that they're required to do, the number of temperatures of the packouts they're required to do, and the different lengths of shipments. So ease of packout is very important, and we've tried to address that in several different ways. We address the requirements through the Certus platform, which contains 4 payload sizes across 2 durations and 3 temperature ranges. Let me demonstrate. First is we have 3 bricks which we use, or 3 types of bricks we use throughout the whole platform. Secondly, we've color-coded the bricks, as you can see here. So the white brick is a water-based brick. The orange brick is a 5C brick, which is used in refrigerated packaging. And the yellow brick is a 20C brick, which is used in 15 to 25 packaging. The next thing we've done is we've tried to maintain the same packouts throughout the particular size. So in the case we saw earlier, we packed out a Certus 3-day, 2-day shipper. So let's say that the customer now wants to make a 5-day shipment because they have to ship over a weekend. The simple part with the Certus platform is you take exactly the same pack out that you had in the 3-day box and just put it into the 5-day box. The difference between the 2 boxes is the 3-day box uses polyurethane, which is 6 R value per inch, and the 5-day box uses vacuum insulated panels, which is 40 R values per inch. So we solved the problem with insulation, but keep exactly the same pack out, making it easy for the user to use. The next step that we do with the Certus platform is, because we have the color coding and we want to maintain the same pack outs at all the time, we then can move, let's say that they have to ship the same size payload, but they have to ship it at a 1525 temperature. That's easy to do too, because we don't change really the way it's packed out. The only thing we do is we switch an orange brick for a yellow brick and keep exactly the same pack out, and you have a 5-day 1525 package. So finally, the last thing we've done is with frozen product, you keep exactly the same box, and you take all the refrigerants out, leave the same payload, and you just add dry ice, fill it up with dry ice, and close it.
Let's talk about SKU management for a little bit. Ken, how does Certus address these issues, and how do they all tie together?
Well, you've seen with ease of use what we've done, and through ease of use and the things we did for ease of use, they're also addressing SKU management. So you can see we have fewer components. We use the same pack out, so there's same components. We use the same box, whether we're going 2 to 8, CRT, or frozen. So we've limited the number of components, we've limited the number of refrigerated components, we've limited the number of boxes. That helps when you come into your storage in a warehouse, when you do your conditioning storage, it helps all across the board.
So it sounds like ThermoSafe has put a lot of thought into the Certus platform, but how do we know it works?
Jim, we're really excited about the Certus platform and the modularity and what we've done to do it. How it works is the easy part. You're standing in the ISC lab. This is 25 years we've been doing it. We were the first ones in this product area doing this type of testing. We've worked for the last 25 years with our biopharma partners, with our clinical trials partners, developing protocols and systems that they accept, their quality people accept, and that FDA accepts. So all those things combined help us give them the product that they're looking for. In addition to that, over the last several years, we've developed our own profiles, which actually test the product to the extreme summer and winter temperatures, and they've become industry standards.
Well, Ken, that's very interesting. Thanks for joining us today.
You're welcome, Jim, and happy to have you here.
This is Jim Krzan. Till next time.